Hello बच्चों. Uh, in today's class we are going to discuss about identity number 3, and identity number 3 we have already talked about this, and this identity is what? This identity is a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b or into a minus b. This is one of the identity that most of the time we use to find out an algebraic expression into factor form. Let us do some question to solve them as according to this identity. Suppose if I use a question, if I take a question and the question is 16 x to the power of 5 minus 144 x to the power of 3. This is our question, and we have to factorize these two terms, the expression formed by these two terms, right? For applying this identity, there should the square of the first term minus square of the second term. Then only we can apply this factorized form. So in this question, 16 you can write as 4 square, and 144 you can write as 12 square. But x square, x to the power of 5, this is a variable to the power of 5, and the power is an odd number. So we can see in these two terms, x to the power of 3, these are the common variable. So first, before we apply identity in this question, we can take out x to the power of 3 common. When you take out x to the power of 3 common from the second term and first term, the remaining part you will keep in bracket, that is 16x square minus 144 only, because x to the power of 3 we have already taken out, because these x to the power is 3 is common in both. Now see, we can check that x to the power of 3 and the part which is in bracket, we can convert the whole expression in an identity, which is identity number 3. This identity I am talking about. So see, for that there should be the first term, it should be in the square form. The 16 we can write here 4x square. Similarly we can write down 144 as a perfect square number in perfect square form, the 12 whole square, because 12 into 12 give you 144. The 144 is a perfect square number. I hope you are understanding this. Now we can see the first term, which is 4a square, that means a square. 4x square, that means a square, and the second 12 square, that means b square. Now in this bracket we can see this is resembling our identity number 3, a square minus b square equal to a plus b and a minus b, right? So directly we can apply the formula. So x cube bracket 4x plus 12 and 4x minus 12. So this is our factor, but you can see 4 is common in the first bracket, and as well as the 4 is common in second bracket. We can take 16 or common before applying the identity, but if you forgot, you can apply later on after getting the factor form. You can take 4 common. Again you can take factor 4 common from the second bracket. If you are taking 4 common, the remaining part x plus 3, and again x plus x minus 3. 4 was a 16x cube, x plus 3, x minus 3. This is your answer. So when you want to find out a factor of an algebraic expression which is in the form of a square minus b square, so we can apply the identity by converting the question in the similar manner as we are discussing, as we are considering our identity, right? So this is one of the question that I have taken from R.S. Agarwal book, exercise 7b, and this is the question number 12 from there. If you are carrying this book, you can see the exercise 7b and question number 12. Now see the another question. I have another question based on the same formula. I have another question for the same formula. If I take x square minus y square minus 2y minus 1. So there we can see there we have 4 terms, not 2 terms. But the first term, second term is y square, and the third term is 2y. These y square and 2y, they are related to each other because the both variables are same. So what we can do, we can take the last 3 terms together as we are considering them as the same variable. Although 1 is a constant, but we can convert the whole 3 terms as an identity. So let us do this. X square minus, we have taken minus common from the last 3 terms. Now y square plus 2y plus 1. So there you can see the 3 terms, y square plus 2y plus 1. We can convert this expression as an identity. Y square, this is a square, plus b square, this is 1 square, this is b square, and plus 2ab. Now you can check the square bracket, it is showing an identity that we have converted our expression in identity form. X square minus, this is what? Y plus 1 whole square. So we have applied here an identity number 1. This one is identity number 1. Identity number 1 states that a plus b whole square, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Right? Now we can see, after applying the identity number 1, the expression that we are getting, it is showing the identity number 3. First term square minus the bracket second term whole square. Again we can apply a square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b. Your first term x is xb, we shall consider as a, and the second bracket, which is also in expression form, that we will consider as b. So x square minus y plus 1 whole square, a plus b and a minus b. When you are putting minus here, so definitely the last term that will also change in minus. Right? This is a factor. This is a factor of this question. It is also the question that I have taken from exercise 7b. Exercise 7b RS question number 22. If you are carrying your book with you, you can see or can consider this question from there. So these are the way how we can apply the formula, the identity, initial 3 identities, and we have 3 identities that we can use from applying and getting the factor from the question of this chapter. The first identity, a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square, and the second a minus b whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square, and a square minus b square, which is equal to a plus b into a minus b. This one is the factorized form. Here you can see factorized form. This one is expanded form, factor form, expanded form. So these 3 are the initial identities. Initial identity number 1, identity number 2, and identity number 3. So here we have 3 identities, and most of the question and most of the exercises, they are related to these three identities. We can consider one more question on the basis of identity number 3. Identity number 3 according to the identity we can take a question. This is the question: 100 minus x minus 5 whole square. To 100 we can write it 10 square, and to make the second expression in a square form. So here we can see the first term which is in square form, and the second is also in the square form. When you are looking that the two expressions, they both have a square and minus in between them, that means we are applying an identity. We are able to apply the identity. So identity was identity a square minus b square, a plus b into a minus b, right? Okay. So as per the identity that we have here written, first one is a, 10 plus x minus 5, a plus b, 10 minus x plus 5. When you are putting minus here, so ultimately the expression which is in minus, it will change into plus. So 10 minus 5, this will give you minus 5 plus x and 15 minus x. So this is your factorized form of the expression. What we are getting here, once you are applying the formula, once you are applying the identity, you are able to identify the question that is resembling any specific identity. Then you will definitely able to factorize them. And the whole chapter which is factorization, right? So these are the question. Try to solve the question by yourself. Thank you so much.